I've always wondered what my beats will sound like if I start with the drums first. So in today's video, I'm going to do something unusual and actually put that to the test. So I'm going to start with my drums first and then see what I can come up with before I add the melody and then make the full beat. So without wasting much of your time, let's get to today's video. Hey! Alright guys, let's just get right into it, and we're going to start with the BPM. I'm going to go for 106 and I'm going to kick things off with the shakers. So I'm going to go over to the Carnival drum kit. Let's use this, time stretch this, put this to stretch, and then just put this like this. And I'm going to lay down a pattern, and then I'm going to start with the kick. And for the kick, I'm just going to do fill each 4 steps. Copy this over, Control B, and then moving on, I'm going to get a snare one shot, just like this. And I'm just going to copy this over, and then I have this thumb. I'm just going to copy this, Control C, click here, Control V. And then moving on to this percussion hand drum. Add one over here. You copy this over. And then moving on to another percussion. Just like this. And then this, and then moving on to this, copy this over, and then for the wooden spoons, I'm just going to copy this and then just paste it over here. Before I go any further for the drums, I just want to let you guys know that my Afrology bundle is out. You guys can go check it out. This is a bundle that has everything you need to make Afrobeats: a drum kit inside, a one-shot kit, a loop kit, texture and perk loop kit, and a MIDI kit. It's going to be linked in the description. And then just to glue everything together and then just fill up the empty space in the drums, I'm going to go over to the Afrology bundle, and then I'm going to go over to the texture and perk loop kit, and I'm going to get some perk loops. Let's add this. So I'm going to time stretch this, put this to stretch, and then bring the volume down. I'm going to add one more. I like this. I really like this. Put this to stretch, and then just time stretch this as well. Bring the volume down. So guys, it's time to move on to the melody because I'm done with the drums and I pretty much don't know what kind of vibe this is right now. Maybe when I just come up with the melody, everything's just going to make sense. Let's just get a piano. I'm going to start with addictive keys. So for this, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to use this intense keys presets, and then I'm going to set my root notes. Go over to this drop down menu, go to view, and then scale highlighting minor natural. And then I'm going to use F as my root note. Let's just do something like this. And then I'm just going to copy this over. But then I'm going to come back down to a C over here. And then I'm going to repeat this. So right now I'm just trying to get my bass notes so I then make my chords. But then for this, I'm going to bring this down to a G. I think for this, I'm kind of just going to go for like a dance hall or like, I don't know, maybe an Afro fusion vibe. So I'm going to duplicate this one more time, but then I'm going to bring this down to C. You know what, let's take this to C sharp, take this up, duplicate this, and then take this up to C like this. Let's just get rid of this. Then I'm going to duplicate this, and then so I just want them to match the bass notes, so drag this out. But then for this part, I'm going to delete this, take this up, add the notes here, but then I'm going to bring this out like this and then extend this, and I'm also going to be extending this, and then I'm going to add the C that I actually deleted from the first one. I'm just kind of like adding notes, just making everything unique. And then I'm just going to copy what we have here like this, drag this out. I think I'm going to take this up to a G sharp, and then I'm going to duplicate this one more time, but then I'm going to bring this down like this. Then I'm just going to make some adjustments. Take this up to an F, take this up to a C, take this up to an F, and then take this to a C and this as well. And then I'm just going to copy everything over, Control B, drag this out. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to hold Alt R to randomize velocity, just like this, and then hold Control A, and then bring the velocities down. and then I'm going to load up Triton. So this, I'm going to go over to keyboards, and there's this piano that I really like here. It's this one called 90s piano. So I'm just going to copy this over here, Control C, click here, Control V. Then I'm going to reduce the volume a bit. And then moving on, I'm going to go over to the Rhapsody one shot kit, and then I'm going to go to plucks because I want to add a plucky kind of element into this. Yeah, I like this. Let's add this. And with this, I'm going to go over to the envelope section. I'm just going to use this preset that I have. You can do this by basically just bringing down the attack, increasing the hold, and then bring down the decay, sustain, and release, bring them all down. And then since I have this done already, and then I'm just going to copy this, Control C, click here, Control V. But then this plug kind of has like a very weird tail, so I'm just going to cut out the tail. Yeah, so it sounds snappy, kinda. So this is what it sounds like. And then moving on, I'm going to clone Triton, and then with this I'm going to be adding a steel drum because I think this is fully like a dancehall Afrofusion type beat. So I'm going to go over to this section, and then I'm going to use this steel drum preset right here, bring this down, and then copy this over. But then I'm going to delete this. And then just copy this over. So for this, there's actually going to be two parts for the steel drum. One is going to play up an octave like this. Then moving on, I'm going to add a bass. So I'm going to go over to the Prod by Jack Creative Kits bundle, and let's get a bass one shot. So I'm going to go over to the bass. Let's use an acoustic bass first. Let's use this. I'm going to go over here, bring this down, increase the hold, bring the decay, sustain, and release down. So this, I'm just going to follow the root notes. But for this, I'm going to do something different. So I'm going to shut this, put this like this. Yeah, and then come back down. And then add a note here. And then shorten this. And then I'm just going to copy everything over, Control B. But then for this part, I'm going to switch things up. So I'm going to take this up like this. And then I think I'm going to add another bass. Let's go to the synth bass section, and then let's look for something that sounds nice. Let's use this bass, and then for this I'm going to do the same thing, go over here, and then I'm going to use my saved preset. So I'm just going to copy this, Control C, click here, Control V, turn this off, take this up an octave, then I'm going to shorten everything like this. This right here, and right now I feel like adding some saxophones, so I'm going to go over to the Heaven's Gate saxophone pack by Beats, and I'm just going to get this. But then first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this to stretch. So it says D minor, so I'm going to take this up 300 cents. I want this to start a little bit earlier, so put this like this. But then as you guys can see, it has some pauses, so I don't want any of this, so I'm going to cut this up right here, and then cut this here, slide this in, and I'm going to put this back here like this, and I'm just going to cut it up right here, delete this, so it's going to sound like this. And then just like wrap things up and then glue everything together, I'm going to be adding some vocals. So I'm going to go over to this vocal kit. So let's use this, and then I'm just going to time stretch this, put this to stretch, and then put this down like this. Bring down the volume because it's way too loud. And then with this, I'm going to take it up 500 cents. And then I'm going to link this to the mixer, Control L. And then I'm just going to add some effects. And then with this, I'm going to add the Fruity Parameter EQ. I'm going to use this preset right here. Just cut out the lows. And then I'm going to add the Valhalla Vintage Verb. Bring down the mix. The last thing I'm going to do is add wider. Just, broaden the sound. So yeah guys, yeah, I think I'm done. So I'm just gonna add some more effects, arrange the whole things, add some structure, and then play the final product for you guys to listen in 3, 2. So I hope you guys did enjoy watching this video, and I hope you guys learned something at least from this video. If you did, don't forget to go down there as usual, give this video a smashing thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions or any video ideas, or you have any question at all about this video or any of my previous video, do also go down there, leave them in the comment section, and I'll definitely join you guys there. I hope you guys did enjoy watching this, and I would like you guys to also tell me who this actually suits, which Afrobeat artist can actually hop on this. And that's gonna be it for today guys. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next video. I'm out of here.